Good morning. Hi everybody, this is Joyce. Yes, and I am here. It's Saturday morning, a little bit early because I am running behind on my creative process. I'm here because it is time for another Saturday morning challenge of friends, and this is a time where Shanta and I challenge each other to use our product, use what we have to try things different, or like we're doing for the month of June, work on our Christmas projects. This week's challenge was once again the joys of Christmas in June, and yes, trying to get those cards out the way, and for me, trying to get projects ready for the craft fair that I'm going to do at the end of October. It was changed from November to October because of scheduling issues. So trying to get a jump on that, because definitely I do not want to be like last year trying to get it at the last minute. So like I said, this is our challenge was to work Christmas. So what I decided to do was, well, let me tell you some of the things I did. I wanted to keep it simple. So this paper here is from Gina K. I love Gina K, and this color is blue denim. Love it. I forgot it was down there because the last time I ordered about 6 different colors, and I just forgot this one was there. I don't use blue a lot, but for this project I decided to pull it out, and it is pure luxury cardstock base weight, and it makes perfect base for your cards, and that's one of the reasons I bought it. But this time I am using it just as a mat to give my cards and projects a pop of color. I used this pad, which I really wanted. It had 24 sheets. It wasn't double-sided, and I've only got about 4 full pages left, and it's only because they're pages that really need to be used whole. So I got that one, I got 2 of these, and I have this one. And that's it, besides these scraps here. So I am quite pleased with myself, and I'm going to use these scraps to make some more cards. And I'm going to cut these down and make some 5x5 cards out of them. Well, these I'm not. I'm going to make cards that go the opposite way. Anyway, I am going to use up these pages because what's the point in having a pad? And that was Winter Frost. It was from Michaels. It's Recollections. And I'm thinking I got this last year on clearance. And then again, it may have been the year before. It was just down in my stash the year before. Yeah. Paid little or nothing for it. So I am really pleased to have almost used that up. It had cutouts that I also used. The first project that I did was I was going to do a mini album, a Christmas album, non-traditional colors, and I was going to use this coveralls from Zutter Innovative Products. Got it at Tuesday morning. Oh my God, it has to be 3 or 4 years ago. $1.49. I bought maybe 5 or 6 of them. And I saw them in there, and I've only used one, and I used it with I made it for my sister's anniversary. I loved how it turned out, so I thought once again I would use it. I couldn't remember how I did the cover, you know, how I got color, because it basically was stark white. And this is my color. So I inked it up, and I went with the blue because that's the colors of my papers. Well, I didn't. It's supposed to use a 1-inch coil to be able to slip your thing in and to get the fit here that you needed. And I realized I didn't have anything but pieces of 1 inch, and you can't hardly find a 1-inch coil for your Zutter or your cinch. And of course I have the cinch. So I started inking it, and then I wasn't sure about my cover and everything. So I am gonna finish this, but I just couldn't decide what papers and stuff to use. But that was going to be my cover. And I need to find some 1-inch coils. But this was gonna be the insert for that cover. So it's a nice little mini album. I haven't put anything in it because I don't know what my pictures are going to be like. But I ended up with a 3/4 inch coil. And then you have this plastic backing which slides into that album. So that's why that's there. But I made that the front cover. Still, I don't know. And then I used that same paper because today's projects, everything came from using what I was using. So these are my pages, and you notice you have the silver foil in that design and that paper, and so each page has one with foil and one with not. And so then those are my pages. And like I said, I haven't decorated, and I haven't decorated because, you know, I'm all about the pictures. And I like to have the right decorations for them. So, and those are just my pages. So I kept it very basic. But having it put together makes life so much easier. I have 4 or 5 pages, so that gives me 10 pages for pictures, and well, 9 for pictures, because that's not going to take a picture. I'm going to put something on it though. But anyway, that is the little album, and like I said, it's very basic, but it will hold quite a few pictures. So then that's that, and then that's the paper. But I got my card stash really going. For everything that I used this morning, or last night or whenever, came from the same little pad. I didn't add anything. I wanted everything to be very basic. So this is my first card, and as you can see, this was just a scrap. These were the last. This was one of the last that I did, and I thought, well, you know what? I got these scraps. Let's use them. These are from the cutouts, and I just backed it and then popped it up with some foam tape. And so that's one of the cards. I have not stamped the inside because I don't know which Christmas stamps I'm going to want to use. And then there's some more. I did the same thing for all. This is another where I used a piece of scrap. Like I said, I don't want to waste it because I really like the paper. And I want my cards to be very basic because I have to have so many cards. I mail them. I can't have a lot of stuff on them where the postage is going to be outrageous. They have to fit into the envelope and not be overly heavy. So this one says Happy Holidays. I just love that foil. And then here's my third one. Like I said, very basic. I'm still haven't decided what I'm going to stamp on the inside. Let It Snow, and that's for the snowflakes. Then you have Winter Wonderland, and this one I had glued it, put just regular adhesive on it, and then when it was stuck down and it couldn't pull it off, I thought, crap. I had every intention of popping it up, but that's okay, it doesn't matter. And then there's another Winter Wonderland. It had 2 sheets of each page, so the cutouts I used, you'll see duplicates of those. But I just love the paper, and it was, and a lot of why I liked it was because it was non-traditional. So there you have that. And then this one, I like how that turned out because the cutout had the same as the backing. So I thought that was cute. And then here's another one. And this one, I really like that. Because the paper says let it snow, and then there was that, and it just happened to come up at that when I got to that card. So there's that, and here is my last card. So I am really happy, and with my last our last post I did 5 cards, so at this time I've got 8. So that puts me 13 ahead. Plus I had cards left from card bases left from last year, so that'll put me a little ahead of the game also. I need to go through and start putting them in together. And the funny thing is, I think I'm going to start addressing my cards earlier. So those are all of my cards. I almost killed this pad. And like I said, I am going to make some 5x5 or 5.5x5 cards. And I'm going to use these last 4 pages, and I'll use the last scraps to add to this. But that's great. Do you know how I rarely finish off paper pads? I mean, I can't remember the last time I finished off a paper pad. So anyway, those are my projects for the week. And I would like to ask you to go by and check out Shanta, because I know she has come up with something wonderful. And tell her I sent you. Have a happy crafty day. And this is Joyce, and I will be back. Bye.